Welcome to the Rethinking Humanity Podcast. I'm Lacey Delane.
Hello, I'm Sonya Larrea.
Hey guys, we're coming at you with some bonus content today. We have some exciting new announcements, exciting news to share with you about things that are coming for us as a podcast. So we're excited about that. We want to share that with you in this bonus episode. So that's what we're here for. Sonya, you want to start us out? Awesome, exciting news number one for everybody.
Number one is we are starting our new series.
Yes, it's a new season, everybody. It's season 2. It's year 2. It's season 2. So we're really excited about that. I mean, Sonya, season 2. My goodness.
Yeah. Didn't I? Yeah, I think I made a mistake. I said series. You know what? I've been watching too much Netflix. It's season 2.
Haven't we all?
I know, during this COVID. But yeah, it's amazing. I can't believe we've gotten this far, Lacey.
I know.
And I think that we've been doing this a year. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It feels great. You know, I mean, I was thinking today, I think we have 50 episodes or maybe a little less under our belts. So that's really, really cool and fun and gives us a good foundation to keep going. We announced this recently, but we have some really exciting interviews ahead too. One of those is Melissa Bernstein, who is the founder of Melissa and Doug Toys. And she just started an online mental health, emotional wellness community, which is cool, called Lifelines, and wrote a book by the same name. So we're excited about our interviews. We have some other ones scheduled that we haven't announced yet that are going to be really exciting. There's just everything's going in a great direction, Sonya. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm hoping people are enjoying it because, you know, we started this and we're still thinking along these lines that we're looking at humanity, society, and what we can do different. And what's so cool is that our basis is Erich Fromm, as people know. Mm-hmm. And we love him. We love his books, which we're going to continue. But I think we're trying to supplement that with interviews that show people what we're doing in the world, whether it's mental health, whether it's empathy, whether it's maybe climate stuff. I mean, we are open to all of this because we want things to change.
Right. I mean, anybody who's rethinking the way that we're currently doing life and society in a way that really helps humanity. That's the kind of stuff that we want to talk about, that we're going to continue to talk about. It just so happens that Erich Fromm was a great and is a great springboard for those discussions and starting point. And I think, you know, like Sonya mentioned, we love him. We love his writings. He has a ton of writings. He was probably, he was definitely a very underrated, in my opinion, thinker. And so we want to share his thoughts as much as we relate to them. And what's so crazy, Sonya, is how timely they are. Right now, they're so timely. It's insane.
I know. That's what I love about reading him. And I really encourage people to look at his writings. You can find him on YouTube if you just want to listen to him, or just tune into our podcasts and learn about him that way. Right. But what I think, and I know we've talked about it, Lacey, and we actually talked about it on one of our interviews with Sherry Turkle, is that we're at this moment in humanity that we call liminal. We're in transition. So I think this is an opportunity. I know there's suffering and there's so many challenges that we've had with COVID and, you know, politics and everything else in the world that's happening. But the cool thing is we're at this moment in time where we can make a difference. We can choose to be different. We can choose to live differently. And that's what's exciting to me, that we have that opportunity. And I hope that Lacey and I are bringing this food for thought for everyone to hear and to either just get involved, or if not, learn and just, you know, share, be kind. There's just so much we can do.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of what we're doing and what we're passionate about. The reason we even started it was just that we want to share this message, share these ideas. I think that people are hungry for this. They're feeling this same way. They're thinking this, but I don't think a lot of people have put words to it. And so we hope to be people in the media landscape who are helping that cause and hopefully improving lives better. So that's cool. Another thing that we're doing to kind of grow our range of impact is that we are going to, starting now officially with season 2 and beyond, we are going to be live streaming on YouTube all of our episodes. So that's pretty cool. We're excited about that. Those will be, you can watch our episodes be recorded live, and then that audio will still drop down to the podcast, to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, all the ones that you can hear us on. But we will also have these videos of the actual podcast recording that we did live that will also be on our YouTube page, YouTube channel. So you can at any point in time watch an episode or listen to an episode. So we're excited about that. We think it's a cool way that we can broaden our horizons for getting the message out.
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool. I think it gives people a lot of different options, and you can listen, or you can view, or you can, if you don't have time now, do it later. Like you said, go to like Spotify or Stitcher, Anchor, all the ones you're naming. I'm forgetting them all, but anyway, you know what I mean. So it'll be cool.
Yeah. So we want to invite you all to subscribe to us on YouTube. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we unlock different perks for how we can market ourselves on YouTube. For example, right now, I can't tell you, go to youtube.com/rethinkinghumanity and subscribe, because that's a special perk that you unlock at a certain level. So if you love the show, if you love the podcast, if you're curious, if you like basic income, if you want to see our society become a more humanized, society that's helpful for human beings, subscribe, and you'll get notified, if you turn on the notifications, that we're live when we are, so you can watch the show live, watch our episodes live, or you can come back and see some. Now, Sonya, we have some of our old episodes here on YouTube. We've some. We do have some.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We're going through some changes here, but it's for the better.
We feel like we're leveling up. It's really exciting. On that same note, we announced with Sherry Turkle on our 1-year anniversary that we are rebranding. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. We are very excited. We're going to still be Rethinking Humanity.
Yes.
But you're going to see a new image for us. So
yes,
I am thrilled when we're able to share that with you.
We have been thinking about this, since January, Sonya?
Yeah, for a while. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been thinking about it. I mean, to be honest with all of you, we started this podcast last year in April, and I created this art in Anchor, which is the program that we used for making the podcast. And so it's very simple and easy, and it looks good. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No.
It's fine. I love the natural feel. It speaks to a humanity, I think. But it's not the kind of art, and this is what we decided, we realized, it's not the kind of art that's going to take us to the next level. And so that's kind of where our heads are at with this rebrand.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that, because that's going to be super cool.
Yes, don't be afraid, though. Even though our look is changing, our content is not, and our name is not. So, it's always a big deal for an audience, I think, and for consumers when a image changes that they're used to. So we want to give you guys a heads up that this is happening. It may happen slowly and step by step. It may happen all at once. We're obviously going to communicate with you so you know. But just be ready for that. Be ready for that change.
Yeah. And speaking of image, by the way, Lacey and I are going to be live. So you're going to see us, I don't know, in our pajamas, or maybe I'm in a sweater here. Lacey's in whatever she's in there in Atlanta, because I'm in Denver, by the way. Yeah. But so, yeah, we want this to be real. And so you're going to see us whether we just got out of the shower or not, right?
Well, speaking of just getting out of the shower, that's where I'm at today. So that's why my hair's wet.
Okay, cool.
And I'm not wearing any makeup. But, I love this that you brought this up, Sonya, the image thing, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I think, yeah, does how we look, do we want to look nice? Of course we do. Does that impact what we're doing? Somewhat. Yeah, it does. But it's not the most important thing. And we have limited time and resources to spend. And where we want to spend our time and resources is on the content, not on whether we look perfect. And excuse me, but I think that's a pretty patriarchal idea that if you're going to do anything ever, especially online as a female, you better be wearing makeup and look perfect all the time.
Yeah, I want to speak to that because I think one of the things we're talking about is we're talking about rethinking humanity. We all know that we live in a world that looks, quote unquote, seem to matter sometimes, in the sense they're more important than what's the substance, which is not what I believe and not what Lacey believes.
Right.
So we're not going to be hypocritical
Exactly.
and present ourselves one way when that's not what we believe. Just as Lacey said, of course we're going to be presentable. But at the end of the day, we're bringing you content and ideas and thoughts. And that should not be wrapped up in, our makeup or our hair.
Right.
And so that said, look forward to having really, incredible conversation here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not trying to present some image that we're not.
Right. And I think we can really bring some awareness and change and liberation to not just women. I mean, it's not just women who feel this pressure in this space. But women, I think, probably feel it a little bit more than men do, just like in real life, they feel it a little bit more than men do, in my opinion. But I think we can liberate it a little bit and just go, you know what? I just got out of the shower. Like, I'm not going to spend an hour and a half before every time we record. If I'm at the gym and I come back from the gym and I'm with my hair in a ponytail and, wearing a sports bra, okay, whatever. If it's just real life and we want to be genuine. And I love how you said it, Sonya. We're not going to, this is who we are, and we're not going to go against our own values with.
Absolutely. Like, I think society has this pressure. I'm not anti somebody wearing makeup or, having a bow in their hair or however. I mean, I'm all aboard whatever you want to do, but the pressure shouldn't be on what we look like. It needs to be what we're bringing you. And that's the message that I want to impart today.
Yes. And you know what? I will say, F that. The pressure, F the, expectations. Let's be who we are. We're human beings. We are not perfect. We don't look perfect all the time. So why do we have to present ourselves in that way through media? No, we're not going to do that. That does not line up with reality. In a human-centered society, a society that accommodates our human needs. Our human needs, sometimes we don't have time to do that. We're not going to. And we hope that is a liberation to you. It's kind of like, Sonya, I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you go on Instagram, you don't ever see anybody take a picture and go, oh, look at my bad hair day, or like, I'm mourning the loss of my grandmother and I'm crying. Their hands are like it's all flowers and candies and roses and sparkles and beaches and perfection.
It's very rare. I mean, I think some people, they have different things they're posting there, but obviously the majority are to present yourself in the best light. And that's not what this is about. That's not what Rethinking Humanity is about. And I think it's important that we state that and people know moving forward that they're going to hear some great stuff on this podcast. And we will present, but we may be just casual, like Lacey says.
And that's okay, because that's beautiful too. I mean, I think, Sonya, we mentioned this, we talked about this the other day, but it's easy when you're talking to someone that you're having a really good conversation with to get lost and forget like what they look like. Because, does that really matter that much at the end of the day?
No.
And that's happened for us, each of us, in different situations. We've mentioned it to each other. Like, we didn't even notice what the other person was really looking like because we got so caught up and so drawn in to the conversation.
Right. And we're much more, all of us human beings are much more than our physical appearance anyway. So that's an important reminder to everybody out there.
Yes. So we wanted you to know that that's part of why we're doing it this way. Why we are, we're doing YouTube because we want to. We're also not bowing down to all these standards that we don't have to bow down to if we don't want to. We're trying to be an example of humanizing this medium, basically. So we wanted to communicate that to you and tell you that that's one of our values and that's what you're going to see. And, it just reminds me of Sonya, when I was on the campaign trail. There's a guy who was following Andrew and taking film of him for the campaign to do a documentary. And I remember having these thoughts about, like, man, the pressure on women specifically, but people in general, to just look good all the time and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you know what? If he asks me to interview with him and I'm not like wearing makeup or my hair doesn't look great or whatever, I'm just going to do it anyway because I want to be an example of, like, breaking these mindsets and these patterns that things just have to be this way, And I think there's one time that I was like, "Hi, Tom, not wearing makeup," while he was filming. But anyway, he got film of me when I was sick at the end of the campaign. Like, I was sick. I think I had COVID, guys. But I was, like, sitting in the bed and gave him an interview, and, like, I was on the bed. I'm like, you know what? I probably look sick because I am sick. But
that's okay. That's okay. It would have been weird, right? You're sick and then you're all made up. Like, what's going on here?
It's human. We don't look perfect all the time. If we can let go of that bullshit, we can all, like, take a breath and be genuine and enjoy it and not be so, like, anxious and uptight all the time. Drives me
absolutely, yeah. So that's exciting.
So, Sonya, you said you're not in Atlanta. You said you're in Denver, right?
Yeah, I'm in Denver. It's cool. I'm just visiting family, but it's a cool city. It's beautiful, mountains and all that. And weather's been nice. And I've just been able to do some fun stuff here. So I like having the opportunity to go to other places, of course. I know you do too, Lacey. We're both enjoy traveling. So
yeah, we do. We're probably going to do it more and cover it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, that's fun. What's going on in my world? I refurbished some furniture this week. The weather here has been great, Sonya. It's been amazing.
Yeah, spring, right?
I got a bookshelf for free on, like, what's the neighborhood app? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
It looks like Facebook. But anyway, Nextdoor, that's what it's called.
Yeah, Nextdoor. Okay.
And I've been needing, well, you guys can guess why I need a bookshelf.
All the books.
Because I love books, right? But anyways, so I got a white one for free, but it was just like, it was not painted fully. It just, like, it needed to be repainted. And so I went and got some spray paint and repainted it and put it in the apartment. I actually am using it in the kitchen instead of for books, which is how things happen sometimes. You think you're getting it for one reason. It goes perfectly somewhere else. But
I love it. Recycling.
Yes. That's right. Using, I think, did you tell me this? I think there's a growing movement. Maybe it was Amelia Pang. There's a growing movement of young people who are like, I'm not going to buy new clothes. I'm going to buy reusable.
Right. Well, it's a big thing, like with vintage and thrift stores and things like that. So
it's making me think.
Really cool. Which is great. Like, one person's trash is another person's treasure.
Yep.
And I love that idea. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to this week. And then, of course, working on podcast stuff and excited about that. And and excited about this wonderful weather. Guys, if you want to connect with us, we would love to connect with you.
Yes.
You can send us an email to RethinkingHumanityPodcast@gmail.com. We really would love to hear from you. Any thoughts, any feedback. We appreciate you listening, watching. We do encourage you to go and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube here. And tell your friends. Tell your friends and help us get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can do some fun, new, innovative marketing and reach a new audience. That's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, it would be so fun to hear from you guys, to hear what you think, maybe who you'd like to hear on our interviews, what you think of Eric Fromm and some of our topics that we're talking about. I'm open to any feedback. It could be positive, it could be negative, but anything, helps us grow. So challenges us. So yeah, definitely do that. Communicate with us.
Yes. And be sure to join us on May the 7th at 1 p.m. We will have Melissa Bernstein. That's going to be called, we titled that The Power of Knowing Yourself, which is, wow, it's so powerful, guys. If when we know ourselves, we can enjoy life and be healthier and interact with other people in such a more quality way. It's so worth the time that you put into to know yourself. So, and if you want to learn more about how to do that, Melissa Bernstein's website does that, the Lifelines, lifelines.com. And you can listen to our episode, remember? Self-love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Her story's powerful. So listen to our episode and check her interview out. We've got a lot coming here.
Before we wrap, Sonya, I would love to know from season 1, your favorite moment or your favorite episode. If I know I'm throwing this in that yet. This is
no, that's okay.
Unplanned. So.
I was gonna say, and it's weird because I was traveling at the time we did it, but I was really excited about it. I think it's the episode on love.
I had some really good feedback on that.
Did you? Yeah, I thought that was. I just felt in the zone, and it was kind of groundbreaking in that Fromm's ideas aren't the traditional ideas that we think of love, which we talked about, that it's not like the romantic love. But I just think that theme is so important. It's so important now. So that really, that was the episode that just struck me when you asked me. And I'm trying to think of a moment. There were many moments, but go ahead.
While you think of a moment, I will share my favorite episode. I'm torn between two. The first episode, because it was our first one.
Yeah.
It's so funny because Victor's our technical producer. Victor was like, don't worry, it's just practice. We're just practicing. And then we did it all in one take. And then we listened to it back and we're like, sounds good. Let's do it. So that one, just because it's the first episode, but I think episode 8 is one of my favorites. It's being versus appearing. That one was pretty powerful episode. And I also like when we've had Richard do our intros in season 1.
Yeah, Richard, for anybody who doesn't know, is our friend from philosophy, and he's read some things for us on the podcast.
Yeah. Okay, moment.
Okay, so this is weird because there's been so many moments during it that I can't even specifically think of one, but I can tell you a moment that is related to the podcast that blew me away, and it has to do with the first episode. So when I was looking to see who had listened, we wanted to see kind of what was, I guess, the response. I see like Australia and England and I don't know what all these other countries. And I'm like, whoa, this is so exciting. We're reaching a worldwide audience. So that was a moment for me.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, I've gotten some really good feedback on the Sherry Turkle interview that we did. And so it's hard for me to not say that, but I think my favorite moment really was the Sherry Turkle interview. It was so good. And when she said, "Can we do this every week?" I'm like,
okay, I forgot that was so powerful. And I think when she looked in the camera and said that she just loved us too, that was powerful too. See, I tied in love,
yeah,
with a moment. Yeah.
There you go. Well, awesome. So just to recap, we have new branding on the way. Be on the lookout. Same content, same name. We're starting season 2. Season 2, all episodes will be posted to YouTube. We'll be doing them live. And of course, still later drop to the podcast. Subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can unlock some new features for promotion and, of course, reach a new audience. So thanks for being with us, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, season 2. Woohoo! And Sonia's taking time out of her Denver vacay. So anyways, thank you, Sonya. And thank you, everybody, for being here. We will see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.